YouTube, we are streaming. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Hello, Facebook Live. Hello, YouTube Live. I am Dan Salem, here to talk New York Jets football, as always, on Tuesday afternoon / evening. Hello, YouTube, at the Dan Salem on Twitter, at the Dan Salem on Facebook Live. Hello, Facebook Live. Over on BuzzChomp on YouTube. 2 Z's, 3 Z's if you want to tweet at us. Dan Salem talking New York Jets football. Let me tweet this out to the people on BuzzChomp with 3 Z's. And then let me retweet it on at the Dan Salem on Twitter so you can easily find it. At the Dan Salem on Twitter, on Facebook. And we are live on YouTube as well. Okay. Like Tuesday afternoon, let's look back and recap heading into week 9 of the NFL season. New York Jets football. What's this? What's this? Oh man, a win streak. This feels nice. I will not take anything away from a victory. We won. It was gritty. It was hard fought. And that was 2 in a row. First time we could say that this season. Feels good. I don't care who we beat because we won. I don't care if the first half was completely ugly because we won. Second half's what counts. 2 in a row, 3 and 5. Just a game out of the pack in the AFC where everyone's crowded at 4 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 4. Patriots are 7 and 1. Fucking Raiders are 6 and 2. The Broncos are 6 and 2, and the Chiefs are 5 and 2. And then you got 2 other division winners who kind of stink. Right now, I believe Pittsburgh is leading their division at 4 and 3, and Houston's leading their division at 4 and 3. So the 2 wildcard teams are both 5 and 2, 6 and 2. Got a little work to do. No big deal. We're almost in the hunt. We're almost back in the pack like everybody else, gaining respectability 1 victory at a time. Feels good. It's a good week to be a New York Jets fan because we did not lose to the Cleveland Browns. Someone's going to. The Browns are not going to go winless on the year, but the Jets beat them. Okay. Gritty win. I wrote earlier today that I breathed some life into our dying season. Go find it on BuzzChomp.com. And I really emphasized that the Jets found a winning formula here with their 2nd victory in a row. Last year, we passed a lot, and it worked really well. The first 2 weeks of the season, we passed a lot, and it worked really well. We had Eric Decker and Brandon Marshall. Okay. Now, while it may have worked for the first 2 games, that is not the identity of this football team. And after injuries, and after poor play, and better opponents, and our porous defense, got to change philosophy. And we've found ourselves these last 2 weeks. We are a run-first football team. Matt Forte and Bilal Powell are as a 2-headed monster. The 2 of them nearly split carries, like a particularly even. I think it was like 41-39 against the Browns. And they both, big numbers. Both of them. Both found the end zone. It was a great day to run the football for the New York Jets. This is our winning formula on offense. And I say that because the draw play worked really well. They were expecting us to pass, and we weren't. And it was working really well because both backs are quick. It opened up the screen game, which was successful against the Browns. And it opened up play action. The play action, because we were running this so well, gives Fitzpatrick extra time to throw. Confuses the defense. Gets our receivers open. Gives them a little extra space. Brandon Marshall's getting double teamed because no one believes that anybody else other than Brandon Marshall can catch a ball for the Jets. And honestly, after those 4 straight losses, the only person Fitzpatrick was willing to throw to was Marshall. But Enunwa is excellent. Robbie Anderson is excellent. They're both gaining confidence, and Fitzpatrick needs to just continue to build that chemistry with them as a complementary role to the offense. Run-first team, complementary passing game, and honestly, Fitzpatrick's just got to manage the game. Don't try to win it. Just don't make mistakes. Don't lose it. Make those first 3rd downs. 3rd down conversion wins football games. Jets did it. We also won the turnover battle. I kind of think like it's a no-brainer, but every time a team wins the turnover battle, they win the game, and every time they lose it, they lose the game. It's not a hard, fast statistic, but it's been true for the Jets this season, more or less. We won the turnover battle once again, got 2 picks, in the second half off of the Browns. We got to keep that going. I will talk about Miami in a second and how we match up with them, but a little bit more on our team. This is the first time all year I can remember us being better in the second half. Whew, breath of fresh air, because we aren't playing well in the first half, and then to be worse in the second half, and the adjustments seem to be working now, and that's good. That's real good. The defense shut the Browns out, except for a garbage time touchdown, which made the game close at the very end. And we outscored them, I think, like 24-0 at one, because we were down 20-7. We kept scoring. 24. I'm blanking on the final score. Anyways, we shut them out until garbage time, and the offense started moving, and that's what a running offense does. It wears down the defense. It wears down your opponent. And by the second half, they can't keep up. You just keep hammering and hammering and hammering it, and then you get the passes in, and before you know it, you're way ahead of them. And it keeps the defense off the field. The more the offense has the ball, the more clock gets eaten up, and the less your defense has to play. That's how you win football games. It's super successful. It's super simple. It works for other teams. Patriots, hell, they're running a lot more, and they dink and dunk it down the field. They just eat up clock and score at will. We could take a page from our divisional opponent, but we are successfully using a winning formula of football, and it's fun to watch. The Jets were fun to watch. I don't care that we were down at half, because there was a confidence about the team, and I knew that we were going to flip it and win, and we did. Questions. All right. Defense. All right, so the Jets can stop the run on defense. Everybody knows that. So they're passing on us because we suck at stopping the pass. Why are we dropping back? No, we should get like an extra guy in there with a little bit of legs to stop them, because even the Browns passed pretty easily against our Jets secondary. We need to continue to make tweaks and changes. Revis is going to do the best he can, but he's not the dominant player he used to be, and we don't have anybody else in the secondary anywhere near his level, and he's not near his own level, so it's just rough. But then they clamped down second half, so we made some adjustments. I want those adjustments to carry forward, because whatever we changed at halftime stopped Cleveland, and we need to continue that from the start of a game, not let the opponent shred us. Baltimore the week before, Joe Flacco shredded us to open the game. It was like a 60-yard pass. Like they're like, we're just going to go deep on the Jets because they can't stop us, and they did. So back to some positives. Robbie Anderson, he has like stolen that number 3 receiver spot. I like Sharon Peak, I should say, but that's Robbie Anderson's spot. He's quick, he's fast, he's just skinny. He's going to bulk up in the offseason, I can tell. Brandon Marshall will bulk him up, get him a little bigger, a little more muscle so that he can not get pushed around. But him and Fitzpatrick get on the same page. He's a true weapon. And then obviously Enunwa, who is massive and just a force. I talked about the two-headed monster at the running back position. We won the turnable battle. We won the game. Jets were fun to watch. We got a win streak. This is our easier part of our schedule, and we're winning games. That's good. This turns a positive so far. 2 more games before the bye. This is okay. So, some surprises. I've been surprised watching the Jets how obvious their confidence or lack of confidence is. It's just all over their faces. Like, it was all over Ryan Fitzpatrick's face, all 4 losses. And then last week and this week, it was all over his face that he was confident and he was going to get it done and he was going to be patient, and it worked. You can see it in the defense. You can see it in the other offensive players and Brandon Marshall. You can see it in Coach Todd Bowles. These last 2 wins, you have seen the confidence on their face. Despite what the score was, you saw the confidence, and I felt like they were going to come back to win, and both times they won the game. The other 4 games, it wasn't there. Against Buffalo, it was there. Week 1 was a 1-point loss. It was there. Why the lack of confidence? I'm happy for the switch, but like, always read that confidence, project it, because it's working. Like, I can see when the Jets are playing well, and they're fun to watch when they're playing well and confident. We didn't move the ball in the first half of the game, but you could see it in their eyes. Like, it wasn't going to be an issue. It was going to get moved. And it did. So if it's so easy to read their confidence as an offense and a defense and as individual players, then I can almost say from the first start of the series, I can look at them and be like, uh-oh, we're going to win, uh-oh, we're going to lose, based on the look on their faces. Drop that lack of BS crap, okay? You got 2 in a row. We're heading to a divisional opponent, Miami, who is weak at the knees. We up our divisional record, and this is going to play huge dividends down the road this season with continued victories. Confidence. Play with that fire. Don't let the chip on your shoulder disappear just because you beat the Browns. If they're freaking Browns, they're 0-8. Everyone's beat the Browns. Okay. Wearing it on their sleeve, so be it. Surprised by that, but what you going to do? And the team has nicely picked itself up for its injured guys. I said that Decker's been out, and I like how Sharon Peake and Robbie Anderson are stepping up and stepping in because Enunwa was already in the fray, and Enunwa has totally... He can own that slot. We just got to give him the opportunity. Offensive line stepped up with Mangold out injured, and I believe was it Giacomini that came back from injury. So the line stepped it up. We ran the ball very well. So then the line's doing something right. Their pass protection is suspect. They're just getting blown back, and it's hurting. Fitzpatrick doesn't have enough time to throw the ball. But hence, you run it, you get the play action, and the defense has got to wait and see. And that gives you that extra time when you can't pass block very well, because we're not pass blocking very well. Linebacker, they've done okay. We got a first interception from a linebacker in I think like 10 years for the Jets, so that was good. And then the defensive backfield, I know we got injuries and guys are doing the best they can, but that is the major deficiency on our team. We have not been able to say that for a very long time with Darrelle Revis on the team, but it is the case. We will be drafting defensive backs come April. Guarantee it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was our first round pick because the Jets love to go defense and they're successful picking defense in the first round. It's going to be a DB or no, it's going to be a DB. Okay. So, no questions. I will move on to our next opponent, Miami. This is a great matchup for the Jets. We have the fire of it being the Dolphins, right? Now, they don't really run the ball very well to begin with, and we stop the run so well. So we're going to get at them. Now, they like to pass because they have to, but they're not been great this year. Tannehill could be good, but he's having a bad season. And no one has emerged on that offense as like a true force. They have some good games, but they just haven't put much together. They're 3-4. And so much like the Jets, it's an ebb and a flow and an up and a down. But our defense, being able to completely shut them down and make them one-dimensional, we can get at them. We can get the turnovers. We can get to Tannehill because we kind of know what they have to do, and they don't do it great, so we can stop it. On the opposite side of the ball, Miami's defense is good or not great. They've stopped the run pretty well, but I really believe we can still run against them. And if we continue with a similar game plan that we took to Cleveland, obviously tweaking a little, I like the draw plays. I like the play action. I like the off-tackle runs, getting both backs in there to balance it out, different both speeds, like cuts. It's just been nice. The misdirection is very nice. And then you get you work the passing game as needed, but you want to own the clock. Especially on the road in Miami, you want to own the clock. Get ahead of the Dolphins, stay ahead of the Dolphins. Enough playing from behind. That's the next step for our team this week. To take a lead in the beginning of the game and keep the lead. Instead of getting way behind and then catching up, taking the lead, keeping the lead. We'll start out with a lead. Not a field goal lead, but a touchdown lead. And then we expand upon it and hold it with ball control, run, pass as needed. Minimize, win the turnover battle again, and we win this football game. Plain and simple. But I'm excited. I hate the Dolphins. I'm excited. We can totally exploit Miami's weakness in this game. We can't let the deep ball beat us. Simple as that. We haven't given up a deep ball touchdown. We've given up deep ball passes almost every game. If we can stop that, we're going to win. We've proven that we can win even if we just give it up and it's not a touchdown. But when that goes for a touchdown, we've lost almost every time. So we got to look for that deep ball. We got to continue to work on the secondary. It's a true weakness of this football team. Okay. Quick fantasy spotlight. Matt Forte, another excellent week as a fantasy player. With him, with Powell too. They both got in the end zone. They both put up good numbers, and the Jets were working them both. I like them both against Miami. I don't see this game plan changing because it's worked, and it's given Fitzpatrick a chance to be in a place of success and play from a place of success, not have to try to win it, but like complement the offense. And that's worked well with the receivers. I don't trust the Jets receivers in fantasy. Marshall, he's tailed off a little bit because I told you the offense has changed. We found our new way to play, and it's not passing as much as it was early on. They were doing that because we were playing from behind, and it's not going to happen. And Fitzpatrick's learning he can't just go to Marshall because everyone's expecting it. So, I mean, maybe he finds the end zone, but he's not going to put up more than 50, 60 yards likely. Those 100-yard games are kind of done because I think we're a run-first team now. And so that means Powell and Forte are good plays. Now, one of them's finding the end zone. They might both find the end zone against Miami. They're not going to both get 100-yard games, but they're both good fantasy options. Just weary of the Jets receivers. Hard to trust them. All right. Quick look at the Jets Twitter stream before I talk a little other New York sports and the Giants. Looks like we have claimed running back Niall Davis and waived running back Tremaine Pope. Been a little depth there because, like I said, we're a run-first team now. We need the depth. Can't just run our guys' legs bone dry. We need some depth. Niall Davis, nice depth. We signed offensive tackle Jesse Davis and wide receiver Miles White to our practice squad. Again, more depth. The offensive line is thin, so get some more depth in the practice squad. That's good. Wide receiver, I'm surprised by that. They must just want some more guys on special teams. See if he's got the speed to return punts because, oh my goodness, I'm speechless at our return game. Like, I don't understand what's going through the mind of our returner. I believe it's Jalen Marshall who's still back there. He's a rookie. He might not be back there much longer. Freaking Miles White can come in and steal that job from him because he does, and every time he should, he doesn't. And I'm not quite sure what's going through his head. All right. Ooh, flash sale on the Jet shop. Okay. Victory Monday was nice. Anything else from the New York Jets front? Most topical news. I'm intrigued by the Giants. As a Jets fan, I always like to see, are the Giants actually a good football team? They're 4-3. Oh, I take it back. Crazy day for the Jets. They claimed Niles Davis on waivers, and then they waived him. And then they just signed free agent running back C.J. Spiller, who I do like. He did well for Buffalo. I think he was there with Chan Gailey, so they know one another. And Spiller's got some legs left on him. Wasn't he with the Bills earlier this year? I'm not sure why Spiller ended up on the waiver wire. But that's a better claim. They must have said, ooh, Spiller's better than Davis. We made a mistake. Sorry, buddy. He's a Jet for one day. Didn't even get to hit the practice team. Oh, Spiller. Oh, he was with Seattle. Oh, that's right. He was with the Seahawks. He played. He had a couple good games. What the hell? They just must have dropped him? He scored a touchdown against the Jets in Week 4. That's why. Yeah. He was with Buffalo when Chan Gailey was there, so they know one another. Like I said, depth at running back. This guy even better, C.J. Spiller. We already saw what he could do against us earlier in the year, so we know he's a good third-string depth at running back who could get some reps. I mean, run first team, now we got Spiller. That's a nice, better acquisition, even though I'm confused by the drop-in ads. That's kind of amusing. Apologies to Niles Davis. You were a Jet for about as long as I thought you were a Jet. Okay. Oh, right. Any other deadline deals? Oh, yes. Okay. I'd be remiss. I mentioned the Giants. Are they good? Are they not? Blah, blah, blah. I'd be remiss. This is the trade deadline. Was 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern today. And the Jets were shopping Sheldon Richardson. Okay. We've all known for a while we can't afford to pay everybody. And we have some big holes to fill on our team. Secondary. Long-term quarterback position if it's not already filled, because I don't know if it's already filled because the coaches don't seem to let on that it's been filled. Forte, I don't know how many more years he's gotten him, and we're going to have to sign our rookie receivers because they're too good to let go. So that means we can't just toss money at Sheldon Richardson. We've already thrown it at Mohamed Wilkerson and Leonard Williams, and he is a former Pro Bowler, and he's excellent. We got one more year on him, so we're not going to force a trade. But so we were shopping him to see what the interest was, if we could get something good back. Apparently they called the Cowboys. No surprise that we keep him. Teams don't make midseason deals very often. I'm not sure why, but just don't tend to make midseason deals like they used to, which is why the one the Patriots made was so surprising, because it just doesn't happen very often. But Richardson will likely get traded in the offseason. I mean, the Jets could play him on their team next year, but then I don't see them re-signing him long term unless they find money out of nowhere, which is possible, but I don't see it. I think they better put it elsewhere. They already put a lot of money in their defensive line, and then he's going to be a holdout or a disgruntled player, and nobody likes that. So I see us trading him in the offseason most likely. But they were shopping him today. That was the Jets trade deadline news. Okay. Before I give some final thoughts, anyone in the live studio audiences A and B with questions for myself, who I can now say, yes, I feel like an expert. I feel like an expert. Okay. No questions. Thank you, guys. All right, final thoughts. Miami, we got him. Like, we own our division this season so far. Granted, we're 1-0, but we own our division. So we got Miami. This is good. 2 more good games. That's a major win streak and an excellent confidence riding into the bye. What a turnaround that would be. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We got Miami on Sunday. But this is looking very, very good. I am excited about our Jets, and I couldn't have said that 3 weeks ago. All right. Thank you, guys. You have been awesome. I am Dan Salem on BuzzChomp on YouTube, at the Dan Salem on Facebook Live, and Facebook in general, at the Dan Salem on Twitter. BuzzChomp's also on Twitter with an extra letter Z. I am on BuzzChomp YouTube every single day with video blogs, Pillow Talk TV if you want to watch me make you laugh. I'll be back talking Jets football next Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific. That will be 8 Eastern. And go enjoy the World Series. Thank you.